All right, the X-Man's coming to you live, YouTube live, and oh, this thing's giving me a problem. So, we're gonna do NFL recap for the night. That is a game in half an hour, but we can't go to that. First, we're gonna start with the pathetic performance that the New York Giants had today against the Carolina Panthers in a loss. There's two things that I can break down from today that I can already tell you should happen, and it should have been happening since the beginning of the year. Um, Brian DeBoll and Mike McCarthy need to be fired. I mean, there's no other way around this. I say this with conviction when I say that the only way that you can start being a better team is if you start with the coaching staff at this point, because and you bench Daniel Jones and he never plays again, honestly, in my opinion. But this is the way of it is. This is the way of the world. The New York Giants today, early today, with a pathetic performance against the Carolina Panthers. Daniel Jones doesn't even get 200 yards passing, two picks. Their running back got 103 yards and a touchdown. Doesn't really matter because they just lost. They lost in overtime. Just a very pathetic and undauntingly bad performance by the New York Giants today. Probably the most embarrassing team in football. I thought the Raiders were, but now I'm looking at how bad the Giants are. The Giants are a very bad football team. They might be the worst that they've ever been in franchise history. And the truth of the matter is, as a team, that they just need to restart everything. I think John Mara really needs to seriously think about selling the franchise. I mean, you can't beat a team like the Panthers on a neutral field at this point in the season. You really probably shouldn't even honestly be doing anything. That's my take on that. Um, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Unfortunately, that's a battle of two rebuilding franchises. We'll go into the Broncos and the Chiefs game now too. Broncos and the Chiefs. Um, Kansas City Chiefs 16-14. They squeezed out a victory today. I think again, once again, the refs were involved with the Chiefs again, even though they're 9-0. They're the most fraudulent 9-0 I've ever seen. They could go 16-0 for all I care. I'm still going to say they're a fraudulent team. The refs have really been bailing them out a lot this year. So, with that said, that's just nothing you can really do about it. Patrick Mahomes 266 and a touchdown. Bo Nix 215 and two touchdowns. I mean, he outplayed him. I mean, I don't know. Cortland Sutton 6 catches for you know however many yards it is that he's got. 6 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Not merely a crazy game. Denver Broncos 5-5 probably should be 6-4. To be honest with you, um, you know these squeak games, 9-0 Chiefs, Steelers and the Commanders, a game that I said was going to be the best game. It lived up to the hype. Steelers 28, Commanders 27. Next game for the Eagles, the real challenge now, will be playing the Commanders on Thursday night, which is going to be pretty interesting to see who comes out on top in that game. 7-3 versus 7-2. But the Steelers, they pulled it out. Russell Wilson 3 TDs and a pick. George Pickens 5 catches, 91 yards and a touchdown. Pretty good game actually. And they had a little squeaker game. Jalen Daniels, but no touchdown passes. Eckler 2 touchdowns with 44 yards rushing. They're still a good team. McLaurin 5 for 113. I took McLaurin today. So yeah, that honestly, that's a pretty solid game. 28-27, the Steelers, and that is now their seventh win of the season. As the Steelers still continue to keep making moves and making things happen. The last chance, now, we probably go down to the 49ers and the Buccaneers game. Now, this game is close, but I don't think it was really as close as they thought. San Francisco pulls it off. They're 5-4 now. Kind of, sort of still alive in the playoff hunt. It's going to be really hard to really get far as they could go with that, honestly. Um, Pretty crazy game. I don't know. McCaffrey had 13 carries, 39 yards, no touchdowns. Juwan Jennings, 9 catches, 93 yards. Brock Purdy, 353 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's crazy to me. I can't believe Brock Purdy would have a game like that. 353 yards passing, and they still only won by 3. But they're 5-4. Chargers and the Titans. Battle of teams. San Diego got it done though. Justin Herbert did virtually nothing. 14 of 18, 164 yards. Really nothing. Will Levis went in there and got 2 touchdown passes, 8 for 23. Calvin Ridley had a really good game. 2 touchdown passes for Calvin Ridley. Actually, my fantasy team might actually be pretty good. I didn't even think about that. Titans and the Chargers. My favorite of all time is this is just amazing. Arizona 31, the New York Jets 6. Aaron Rodgers, once again, the great Aaron Rodgers. Nothing. Brees Hall, 10 catch 52 yards. You can already tell the New York Jets are already completely disarray as a franchise. Garrett Wilson, 5 catches, 41 yards. But the Jets, the fact that they were even projected to be a favorite in this game alone already told me Arizona was going to win the game. It's just really what it takes down to it. The New York Jets are finished 3-7. They're done. Aaron Rodgers can finally head into the sunset, and all the franchise that they've went through, they're a pretty bad team. But don't take away from the Arizona Cardinals though, because Kyler Murray 266 and 1 touchdown. Benson had 62. James Conner 5 receptions for 80 yards. The running back had 5 catches, 80. That's pretty crazy. Arizona Cardinals are now 6-4. They're right in the thick of things. I mean, they're not really that far out. They've still got 7 games to play. Arizona Cardinals really looking sharp today. 6-4. The New York Jets overrated, like I said before. Aaron Rodgers, no answers. Overrated quarterback. The Jets overhyped. They overpaid for him. They need to make moves. I said it before. I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to be in trouble for a long time, the Jets. Anyway, next up, let's say, is that all the games, or we're going to get all the games? Let's go to all the games here. So, yep. The Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles with a crazy, crazy explosion on the Dallas Cowboys. Now, it was close for a while, but obviously with Cooper Rush in there and the Cowboys just being a bad franchise, the Philadelphia Eagles poured it on late. They won 34-7, 34-6 rather. Jalen Hurts did not play that great. He did fumble one early. Barkley, no touchdowns. A.J. Brown, 109 yards, no touchdowns. So basically, proceed. The Eagles are at 7-2. Will be playing the Commanders Thursday night at 7-3. Should be very interesting of a football game, to be honest with you. That could be that's definitely for the division, or at least the division lead. A lot of tail of the tape to see. I don't know what the Eagles are going to do. It looks like the Eagles are the hotter team right now, but you can't really tell. The Commanders, they're still there. The Dallas Cowboys, and I said this before, I think that right at this point, the Dallas Cowboys are going to tank it out because I think they want to fire Mike McCarthy, which they should do. And I think they're going to try to get Deion Sanders to coach the Cowboys next year. I really believe that. People will think I'm crazy. People think I'm not right in the head for that, but that's kind of like where we're at with it. So that's pretty much where we're at. So right now, as far as everything goes, oh yeah, the Buffalo Bills beat. These a couple games I missed here. I didn't get them all. So the Buffalo Bills at 8-2. They really looked really pretty decent. I mean, Josh Allen did what? He had 280 yards, 2 picks. He didn't really do that great passing touchdown wise. So, but James Cook got 19 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown. So basically, his running game kind of bailed him out, and they really didn't even really need him to throw a lot of passing yards. But the Buffalo Bills at 8-2 are right there in the thick of things. They're not far behind the Chiefs. And honestly, they've played way solider as an actual team than Chiefs. The Chiefs have just been having the refs bail them out in every game, so I'm not really buying the Chiefs are really that good of a team. Um, you know, that's what happens sometimes. I did miss a lot of games here. All right, so the Vikings and the Jaguars. The Vikings pull it out, but I mean the Jaguars are pretty much in trouble. Sam Darnold, the great Sam Darnold. This is what I mean. You win a game 12-7. Your quarterback throws 3 picks. Mac Jones 111 yards, 2 picks. ATN 44 yards. Ingram, Hawkinson gets 8 catches, 72 yards. Aaron Jones 17 carries for 88 yards. But the Minnesota Vikings pulled off, and they are now 7-2. I'm not really sold on the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think the Minnesota Vikings are really going to be lighting the scoreboard on fire here. I think they're the most fraudulent winning team right now. Um, but maybe I could be wrong about it. But the Jags looks like Doug Peterson might be getting fired. I don't know. You might see Doug Peterson coach the Giants or coach like someone else next year. I don't know what's going to happen there in Jacksonville. I mean, 2-8 is pretty bad. That franchise just doesn't seem to find a way. I mean, you had Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer failed in like 6 games. The worst coaching decision you could possibly have ever had. And he still is on TV, by the way. Anyway, the Saints beat the Falcons. Like I said, I wasn't sold on Kirk Cousins. The fact that they lost the game like that, with the Saints playing as bad as they did, the Atlanta Falcons are probably not as, they might make it as a wild card if they're lucky. But like I said before, they're not very good. I mean, Kirk Cousins 306 yards and a pick. I didn't. Bijan Robinson saved him. 20 carries, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. But they still not enough. Valdez Scantling, three catches, 109 and 2. That's your key right there. Derek Carr finally getting it together a little bit. No picks today. 2 touchdowns, 269 yards. And New Orleans Saints 3-7. It's pretty terrible for the Falcons to have blown that game. The game that really pushed me out the door, that really, really hurt me today, but now it solidifies that Caleb Williams is not a good quarterback. He solidified it today. They're 4-5 now, and they lost to the New England Patriots at home on their own field, and they didn't even score. They didn't even score a touchdown. So I don't want to hear about Caleb Williams from all these Barstool Sports guys saying Caleb Williams was a great quarterback. He had 120 yards passing. No, there was a lot of quarterbacks that had a lot worse stats. I get it. But you got beat by Drake May. Drake May beat you. The Patriots came in there and they won, and they're 3-7. Kudos to them. You know what? I hope Herod Mayo gets the Patriots close to 500 this year. I really do. I don't really have a problem with the New England Patriots being a 500 team this year if they could do it. Because you know what? I really think as far as a franchise, I think if they get the rebuild and they get about 6, 7, 8 wins, I mean that's not bad for the Patriots. The Bears, on the other hand, they have all this talent and they have that overrated Caleb Williams. Like I said before, he's not the guy. He wasn't going to be the guy. So that's really my breakdown for it. I think I got everything. Like I said, the Lions are going to play the Texans shortly. I mean, I would probably put my money on the Lions to win. I think they're definitely going to win. They probably will win with -4 on there. I'm really thinking that the Lions win -4. So yeah, 7-1. It could be 8-1. It might be the team to beat right now. The Detroit Lions might be the team to beat right now. We'll see. It's close, but now the Eagles, as much as I didn't think of the Eagles, the fans talking about Sirianni and all this stuff, but the Eagles are winning games. So you can't really fire a coach if they're still winning games. Now you can fire a guy like Brian DeBole, who deserves it at this point. And you can fire Mike McCarthy, who deserves it at this point. Those are two guys that really should get it, but they're probably not going to do it in the middle of the year. Maybe the Cowboys might. I don't know how Jerry Jones is. He did do it before. You may see McCarthy getting the boot tomorrow, but I don't know what's really going to happen with that. We'll see what happens. I kind of think it needs to happen. I think they should just not use Ezekiel Elliott the rest of the year. He's done. He's washed. I don't understand why Ezekiel Elliott came back as a running back there. He's not a good running back. Jerry Jones, he's not a good running back. The Dallas Cowboys are a complete fraudulent, dead. No, I don't want to say dead. Done franchise. So that's really my cap for today. Pretty good. That might be a possibly good game tonight, Lions and Texans. Then obviously the Dolphins, the Rams tomorrow night. We'll see what we got. I don't know what that's gonna do, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here. Nobody hits the subscribe button. Nobody got on here, so I don't know. Sometimes they get a lot. Sometimes they get a lot. I don't know where everybody is on YouTube. So anyway, X-Men out.